Hello there my fellow Holotable heroes and welcome to another Conquest video guide. Now you will be able to find these and all my other Conquest video guides on my Swagger for Life tool website, where you can go ahead anytime, check it out, the link in description below. Now in this one I'll be playing through Sector 3, just showing you some of the teams that I use to get, some progress towards both Sector and Global feats. I've done similar videos for Sector 1 and 2, again there'll be on the link in description below if you're interested. I'll be doing a separate video for the boss battles for Sector 3, so be on the lookout for that one as well, because it will be going live shortly after I write this video. Alright, so first, before we go into the sector itself, just always I like to show you, after playing through two sectors, the progress I made towards the global feat. So overall, kind of okay progress, I would say, doing well. I'm not focusing too much on global feats right now, I'm just kind of speeding through, trying to get these videos out. In terms of the feats themselves, in Sector 3, we have to defeat 50 enemies with Inquisitors. Now my Inquisitors are like 3-star, gear 8, and I was worried I wouldn't be able to get this feat done, but I was able to get it done. I'll show it to you in the beginning of the video, just that you can see, even with all Inquisitors, you can get this done. We have to win 14 battles with no attackers in your squad. This one actually it's kind of easy, but not really, because you can't rely that much on Galactic Legends, because Jedi Master Luke aside, all other Galactic Legends are attackers. So for this feat you'll definitely have to rely on other non-Galactic Legend teams, and then also some of the high power teams like Darth Revan, he's an attacker, CLS, full of attackers. So definitely this one you'll have to rely on the different teams, which again I'll show you a few examples. Gaining style 40 times, you can do this many ways. Again, I'll be showing you a few teams that can get this done, and Stagger as well. So in terms of Sector feats so far, I think this Sector 3 is going to be kind of a little bit more challenging than maybe the first two sectors. Feats, especially in Sector 2, were very straightforward. This one will require a little bit more attention to what teams are being used. In terms of data discs, this is where I'm starting off with Amplify Agony, Unstable Decelerator, Caustic Emissions, Ability Exhaust, another Amplify Agony, and Volatile Accelerator. So this should allow me to quickly burn for all the enemies, hopefully. Just let's start off versus this Hux team here. Obviously with Hux, they start with advantage. You can gain bonus turn meter to begin with, doesn't matter. So what I'll do here, I will do Traya lead with Sion and Nihilus for the global feat, and then bringing in Bastila, because on her special fear ability she applies Stagger as well to the enemies. That's why I'm bringing her in. But unfortunately, two enemies are down already due to my extremely powerful data discs, so we'll be able to get Stagger out just a couple of times. Anyway, we'll just keep going. Now luckily here Kylo Ren mask is quite durable, so you can probably stall out the battle here a little bit and see if you can get around to getting more Staggers out with Bastila or any other characters. For example, if you would bring in here some sort of their resistance team with veteran Han, he does a Stagger on his basic. You could probably milk a lot more Staggers here versus this team, but this is what I started with, just trying to get those Nihilus and Sion battles done as well along the way. Alright, so as promised before, I do have Inquisitor battles here for you. Now before I show you that, let me talk about Frenzy Tag. Now in order for my low gear 3-star there Inquisitors, I had to get a hold of Frenzy Tech. Now this one you can usually get a hold of some random little scavenger nodes across the sectors. I think probably it also pops up in the Conquest store at some point. So the cost for this is either 15 Conquest tokens or 75 crystals. So you can see the duration here of the Frenzy is for 2 turns in beginning of the battle, and you can use it twice. But if you time out or lose a battle, then it doesn't get consumed. So that's what we'll be milking it, just one piece of tech. We'll do 10 battles and we'll keep timing out, because if you do time out, kills will still count. So I was able to, with one piece of tech, just do 10 straight battles in a row and then get this feat done right in the beginning. So these are my guys, as you can see, all low gear, all 3 stars. So what you do is you bring in what, and that when you apply tech, this triggers then Frenzy effect. Then Jedi Luke is in here for his irresistible mass stun, because if you don't stun these guys, for example, they can counterattack and things like this. And here I'm just turning off my internet just in case I accidentally win this battle. I don't really want to do that because obviously I don't want to consume the frenzy attack. And that's why I'm bringing in Jedi Knight Luke in here. He does his mass stun, that's the debuffs, right? And this then triggers Amplify Agony Data Disc, Volatile Accelerator, which pretty much brings everybody's health and protection to 0. And then it's very easy, even with low gear Inquisitors, to finish off the remaining enemies. Now this was with 2 stacks of Amplify Agony data discs. I was able to kind of get it done, but if you do have 3 stacks, this is what I'll show you. I'm putting now 3rd stack of Amplify Agony on here, and this will allow you to very quickly, very easily dispatch the enemies. So by accident I actually did defeat that team I showed you in the first example. So I have now this separatist team here. Mods on your guys don't matter really much. They'll get a straight turn as soon as you put attack on anybody. Now here comes Luke with a mass stun, and boom, look at this, with 3 stacks of Amplify Agony and Volatile Accelerator. AoE finished off there. Obviously Newt, he will revive, so I'll do a couple of more AoEs so we can take him out as well for 1 more kill, and that's it. I was never able to quite kill Jango off. Well, I could, but with Jedi Knight Luke, and then I would win the battle, so I didn't want to do that. So there we go. This is what you can do quite easily here. Obviously you just have to be careful that you don't win the battle, because if you do, your frenzy attack will get consumed after 2 wins. So that's what I'm doing here, just kind of speeding the clock. So you know, if you really want to get this feat done, you'll just have to kind of set aside an hour or so and just do 5 straight battles with these guys. Sorry, 10 straight battles with these guys, or 11, 12, depending on, you know, how many enemies you take out. So this is it. This is battle number 10. That's why I'm showing you that I was able to complete after 10 battles. There we go. Mass stun with Luke. AoE number 1. I should have done an AoE here, really. I messed up, but anyway, we'll get there because we get frenzy, so they get more turns anyways. And actually these teams with Jango are actually quite safe to go up against, just because there is no danger of you know, winning the battle, because he starts off damage immunity for 2 turns, and as soon as you kill all his friends, you can just let it time out. And this is pretty much it here. I was trying to see if I can get another kill or something in, because this was my last battle anyway. But I'm like, you know what, it's not gonna happen. Just speeding up the footage again, so we don't sit here for 10 minutes, you know, waiting for me to time out. And there you go, guys. This is how you can cheese your way through if you do have Watson Bore, and you can just use these 3 Inquisitors. They all have AoEs, so you can very quickly, after Jedi Knight Luke does his mass stun, and you can there very quickly finish them off. And there you go, cheesing away through the Inquisitor feat. I didn't expect I was able to do this feat, but you know, it's always good to know that you can get it done. I'm a little bit changing my disc now, because you know, 3 Amplify Agony data discs are an overkill. So I just want to get rid of 1, and at the same time I do have now Premonition data disc, because after playing through Sector 2 I was able to complete the No Leader global feat, and now we have this another global feat where you have to gain Premonition 20 times. So this is what I'll do for my next battle. So a little bit rearrange my data discs here. Now for Premonition, you have to gain, every time you gain 7 buffs, you will gain Foresight from this data disc. So in order for you to quickly do this, use some sort of team that's got lots of buffs, like, you know, for example, Resistance or Padme, or, you know, Jedi with Master Yoda. But these guys will do. Now I'm starting with 4 droids, obviously, just to get so much bonus turn meter, because here in Sector 3 enemies are quite fast, and with here Ray Jedi training, once you get the turn meter train rolling, you know, enemy will never really take a turn. There you go. So it's really hard to see when this Premonition effect triggers, just because, for example, Ray and BB-8 both themselves, they already have some sort of foresight. But you know, it will trigger, because we are getting lots of buff, especially when Illuminated Destiny comes off. There we go. So you got Illuminated Destiny, and suddenly everybody gained Foresight. So this Foresight came from Premonition, and that's how it works, really. So just trying to stall the battle as long as I could here. Hopefully get Premonition quite a few times. So we'll go into the global feats and have a look how many times did I get it in a single battle. Probably about 10 times, I would imagine. I think this can easily be done in 2 battles. Oh, but before we do, let's have a look at my data disc selection that I've got here. Nah, I'm not really feeling power. Maybe if it was a blue one. Fierce persistence. Alright, some health recovery, maybe at some point. I'm not gonna equip it right now, but it's a blue data disk, right? So blue ones are always better to get a hold of when you're in doubt where you have nothing useful. In terms of global feats, where is this feat? Is it down here? Oh, hold on, no, it's up. Visions of doubts. There you go. I got 12 times this premonition effect in a single battle, so I just went, I did another raid battle, and that then completed this global feed. That's why now I can remove premonition data disk. It's not very useful, to be honest. I'll just take it off and I'll put back on something that will be a little bit more helpful. I did decide here, okay, let's put perseverance data disk on. Let me try this one as well, because I picked it up earlier, but I haven't used it until now. Do you have any 1 dot disks? I'll put volatile accelerator actually, and then I can get rid of unstable decelerator. So that's what we're rocking now. Amplify agony twice, ability exhaust, perseverance, and volatile accelerator. Alright, I quite like this combo. Alright, so here we go. We've got now resistance team here. Now, unfortunately, if you do want to kind of cheese a little bit here, resistance with resistance, and veteran Han with his basic, he keeps applying stagger, and you do use Galactic Legend Rey. She's obviously an attacker, so it will not count towards that no attacker feed that we do have in Sector 1. Obviously here Hero Finn, he's attacker as well, but at this point I'm like, you know what, let's just try and cheese out here. Well, now we're taking these guys out very quickly, just because my disc comp is very powerful here, but hopefully Malak will be able to endure for a while, so we'll be able to get a few staggers out on him as well. Okay, trying to get down these guys. You can see Malak is tanking everything. So here with the Rey, I don't want to go into ultimate, I'm just kind of spamming lifeblood. Unfortunately, I keep getting feared. I think this is because of the volatile accelerator data disk, and every time they hit him, they apply damage over times on him, and then they get feared. So definitely whenever you're fighting these Malak squads, actually having volatile accelerated data disk is kind of detrimental, because you can see my guys are missing a lot of turns. But I was able to get out, I think, a few staggers there with Han. Now Han will stagger only when he double taps. If he just single taps, he will not apply stagger, so just something to point out here. Let's go ahead and have a look how many staggers I've got now. I've got 11, but I think I've done 3 before in a previous battle with Bastila, so I got 8 here, not bad I guess. Now moving on, obviously we do have now this stealth feat, so one of the ways to gain stealth is with Maul and Sith. So I'll be doing here, I'll be completing 2 global feats, so obviously the Nihilus and Sion one, and then try to line up some hits with Malak and Revan, because we do have that global feat where you do have to defeat enemies with Malak and Revan. So there we go, lots of dodges there, starting with stealth obviously because of the lead. And then we'll keep regaining stealth whenever we are critically hit or whenever we evade. And that's it, pretty much it. Obviously there the cannon there is a little bit delayed this battle, but that's good anyway, because we can line up, there we go, drain 1. Because whenever we land debuffs on them, as long as cannon's alive, they will be recovering some health. But I think I was able to line up a couple of drains with Malak there to get a couple of Malak hits as well. So there we go. But you know, this team again, it does use attackers, so you know, it's just kind of focusing on stealth feat and global feats. But you know, it's always good to have different options. Now we've got here a Mandalorian squad, so let's see what we can bring up here. Let's do another Sith battle. So this time will be a similar team, but without Darth Revan, without Maul, because those guys are attackers. So this is kind of a lineup here again, tackling Nihilus and Sion global feat. Then you got here Fallen Bastila, she can, you know, get that stagger going for the sector feat, and we're not using any attackers again, doing another sector feat here as well. Doing drains, we're getting lots of counter attacks versus Mandalorians, ouch. But luckily they're kind of killing themselves a little bit with these attacks out of turn, but because of Traya's lead, but at the same time, as long as their Bo-Katan is alive, they will be offsetting that damage. Alright, here we go, we get some staggers on the board, perfect. Just speeding up the footage here. Let's see if we can drain somebody. Okay. Held by Hatred. Finishing that guy off, and armor now with 600 stacks of the buff. Alright, here we go. So again, Traya here with Sith, you know, can get you a couple of feats done while you're making progress. And obviously anything with Malak in there will shut down many opponents. Now here I changed a little bit the data discs because for the mini boss battle, which again I'll be doing another video with that, I had to swap my data disc a little bit. So this is after the mini boss battle. These are the data discs I end up with. I even use Fierce Persistence there. So I'll just try and do a battle with this data disc set. Not sure if it's going to be as powerful as I would have liked. Alright, so we got here an unprepared, the bad badge that's not over prepared. So I think my Gideon 365 should still be able to outrun Echo. So this team is no attackers team, and you can also apply Stagger there with Stark. All of these guys are support. Here we go. Control the situation. Obviously lacking the damage, but we'll just keep going. Because yeah, I didn't have any Amplify Agony data disc at this point because they don't do a lot versus Malak in mini boss. That's why I will change those as well. Here I made mistake. Here I should have done the AoE from Stark, so hopefully I can let some staggers while I still had 4 enemies standing, because by the time Stark gets another turn, I think I had only 3 enemies left standing. Okay, here we go. Alright, there we go. We got a stagger. Alright, I'll take it. Again, not perfectly played here, but you know, I just wanted to highlight the characters a little bit that can apply stagger and as well without using any sort of attackers. Definitely troopers here with a fast Gideon, they can get job done versus Bad Batch and as well bounty hunters here in Sector 3. So I said, you know what, I need my Amplify Agony data discs. I also picked up a white Zealous Ambition data disc, not ideal, but this is what I'll be going with because obviously we got all these battles without attacker, so then at least with Zealous Ambition disc you little bit boost the damage to your support and healers, so they kind of offset, you know, the loss of firepower from attackers. So now we do have an over prepared Bad Batch squad. Now these guys are fast, so I don't think my troopers, you know, would be able to do much. So let's just try and do here an Old Republic battle. Now I'm using attackers here, so this is just to tackle the global Old Republic feat. So it does work even versus over prepared Bad Batch, because Revan can just go ahead, cleanse all those debuffs, and then you can just let Canderous here go to town with all these volatile accelerator disc and Amplify Agony. Look at all the damage he's doing. There we go. Very easy. So even though they get a jump start on us, it didn't even matter. We were able to knock these guys out. There we go. Old Republic battle done for the global feat while making some progress here through the nodes on the sector. Let's see what we got lined up next. So we got a Ray Jedi training team. So here's another global feat, I guess, with full Sith Empire team. Again, unfortunately, because Darth Revan is attacker, HK is an attacker, you know, you won't be making progress towards the sector feat. But again, at least you're bringing in here Fallen Basti. If she gets her Fear Out ability, hopefully we can get some staggers. But oh boy, Resistance are a handful. Their modifier kind of gives them extra bonus turn meter on top of their existing turn meter they're already getting. But eventually you do get them out. There we go. We got some staggers out with Basti, so that wasn't too bad at all in the end, while knocking out one Sith Empire battle for the global feats. Okay, we've got an over-prepared trooper squad. Now these guys are fast, and if they get going, you could be in trouble. So what I'll do here is I'm doing my Scoundrels team, and I'm bringing in Kira, because Kira, she's got an AoE of stagger as well. So again, you know, versus these kind of very fast teams like troopers, you can just bring in here Beskar Mando lead, because he'll give you lots of bonus turn meter, and then Han and Chewie, so they can get the whole thing going. And then here with Kira, do an AoE, get some staggers. Okay, and here we can go ahead, let's put damage immunity on Kira, and there she's great versus troopers. Well, versus anybody. With Amplify Agony and Volatile Accelerator Disc, he just wiped out the entire team by himself. So there you go. You know, but it's good because you can get, you know, like 4 or 5 staggers there with Kira in a single battle, so not bad at all. So I'm just doing a little bit now as well, some Galactic Legend battles, because many of you have asked, you know, to also provide some teams there with Galactic Legends. I'm doing here Master Luke because he's not an attacker, the only Galactic Legend that's not an attacker. So this team obviously relies all on you. Keep calling their veteran Han to assist, and every time he double taps, then he will be applying Stagger. And then with Master Luke, you can then keep using inherited teachings to call Vet Han to an assist, because this works on any light side allies, not just Jedi allies, to inherited teachings. So you can keep calling Han to assist, and he keeps, you know, attacking. And whenever he double taps, he will attempt to land the Stagger. There we go. So the whole idea here is obviously put a tank tech on Luke. He's got a taunt, then you got Shakti there and Hermit Yoda for healing, and as well to keep calling assists on veteran Han. Now that seems slightly annoying with all those assists and everything. So you can see they are doing some damage, so you gotta be a little bit careful, because I think whenever they do a basic attack, except Nest, she's not Old Republic, they're doing true damage. But as soon as you get Candace out, as soon as you get Mission out, then these guys, you know, their damage goes down significantly. And here also you can a little bit make use of Nest. As you can see, I keep calling now assist, keep pushing back her turn meter, keep you know, applying Stagger, so you can again Nest is great like Color and Mask. She's great that you can kind of cheese all these feats against her, because, you know, because of all the bonus protection, she'll be hard to take down. So there you go, keep calling Han to assist. Look at all the staggers that he's landing, so very nice. And, you know, you can just milk the clock all the way down to 5 minutes. If you time out, you will even actually save your stamina, so it really depends how you want to do it. I don't like timing out on purpose unless I really have to, just because I have to make progress through the nodes there anyway on the sector. But there we go, I did defeat with 50 seconds to go Nest. And, you know, I think I milked quite a lot here staggers in this battle. I think I just needed a few more after this one. Okay, so let's move on. Another kind of team there that doesn't use attackers. So you can go with Bastila, Yoda, Shakti, Old Ben, he's a tank. So here Bastila, Yoda and Shakti, they're all support. They will benefit from that Zealous Ambition disc, obviously on top of Amplify Agony and everything. And because of all his bonus protection, you should be able to hang in there. Even as you can see, my guys, they don't have that high stamina. But we'll just keep going. First, obviously, versus Grievous, you do want to get rid of B2. There we go, Mind Tricks. Let's call assist here. So got B2 out. Here comes an AoE from Grievous. Let's just go ahead and spread those buffs. Now without B2, we can maintain those buffs. We are stuck behind the taunt now. Obviously, without the Revan, there is no way to ignore the taunt, but he's an attacker. That's why, obviously, John wants to use him here. See if we can one-shot Grievous. I almost got him. If that would be a critical hit, I think that would be the end of him. So we'll just have to now get stuck behind his minions here. Maybe get Drudek out as quickly as we can. There we go. Okay, still looking good. Alright, still looking good. Okay, so just now we have to take B1. Oh, Bast is in red. Okay, let's heal her up. There we go, this will help. Alright, and now just a case of taking out Grievous, and down he goes. I got a double tap thanks to the Perseverance data disc there from Yoda. So, you know, Bastila, some sort of Bastila Yoda Jedi team, you know, they can get job done as well versus many opponents, just because of that initial bonus protection up you get. Not a great selection here. I think I'll just pick up Potency data disk. Not sure I'll ever use it, but sometimes it's good to have, so I'll just keep it in my inventory and hopefully it will come handy. So here I'm showing you now Night Sisters. Now Night Sisters are good here for, obviously, with Acolyte she can keep gaining stealth, but versus Resistance, oh boy, look at the turns they're taking. Obviously, luckily I does know how to play, so Night Sisters still should be safe option here. Okay, let's see if we can get Rey out. As soon as you get Rey out, you know, things become a lot easier, because she's really their main source of, you know, she keeps getting bonus turn meter. She can put healing immunity on one of the Night Sisters, then you can bring them back. Oh boy, my Night Sisters are really falling down left and right. So I guess I wouldn't recommend this if you have Gear 12 Night Sisters, but with Relic Night Sisters, they can hold their own. Oh man, look at all the damage these guys are doing. Okay, just keep going. Come on, Acolyte attack, so you can gain some stealth. Basic. Whoop. Whoop. Oh boy, okay. Easy, Tiger, easy. There we go. We got stealth on Acolyte. And now she goes, there, I made a mistake. I should have used the mass assist from Talzin, which would bring back Acolyte, and that would be a 3-star finish. So there you go. You can also utilize their Night Sisters for the stealth feat quite easily. So moving on, we got Ewoks here. So more kind of teams here with Stagger. Now we do have Mara as well. She obviously can land the Stagger. And at the same time, I'm bringing in Malak, you know, just to keep my guys safe, and then Sion and Nihilus here for the global feat. Alright, so we got stun, there we go, we can do now AoE staggers, there you go, stagger 4 times. Probably finish off these guys too quickly because of the Amplify Agony Data Disc, but that's okay. I'll do another battle with Mara afterwards. There we go, let's go ahead, drain, there we go, got a kill with Malak as well for the global feat at the same time. So you can definitely utilize Mara as well. Now mine's only gear 11, I think 4 or 5 stars maybe, but still, you know, she still got the job done. We've got Darth Revan here. So if you do have Supreme Kylo Ren, you can also do this kind of team. 2 Kylos obviously for the pre-taunt and for the damage, and then the other guys to pass turn meter. So I'm going to go ahead, stun Darth Revan, so he doesn't spread fear. I'm going to give turn to Kylo here, so I can go ahead and stun Malak as well, and then pass turn over to Mara, and she can go ahead now, do her stagger AoE. And I think this was now finally enough that I completed the stagger feat, you know, without really trying too hard. I just kind of did it along the way. Now this is an over-prepared Darth Revan squad at the end of Sector 3. So as you can see, they're a handful. But you know, once Kylo hits ultimate, he'll be able to finish off the battle all by himself. So obviously not a high star win, but there we go. At least I completed the stagger feat here at the same time while I was doing it. So we got one more thing for you in this one. So again, just trying to give you more Galactic Legend battle here, because Jedi Master Luke is the only non-attacker Galactic Legend. You can obviously use him and some Jedi to take out most of the teams here in Sector 3. Maybe not the Darth Revan team, but every other teams, you know, I think you should be good to go here, because we obviously got a Yoda here. He's going to be doing big damage. And then, you know, inherited teaching, he will be doing true damage and things like that. So there we go, we can very easily take care of this Phoenix team without too much of an issue here in Sector 3. Alright, so that's all the battles I have for you today. It was a bit more than previous sectors. I'll just go ahead and see what's the final node for me in Sector 3. I think I'll pick up the blue thermal exhaust data disc. Not sure whether I will use it or not, just because we got all these feats where you have to defeat enemies with certain units, and if they die off from thermal detonators, that won't really help you with the feat. But sometimes maybe versus some boss battles could be useful, I don't know. We'll see, but definitely blue thermal exhaust data disc is very good. In terms of feats, I completed all of them except the no attackers in my squad feat, so I'll have to come back and do this one with some other teams, so we'll see what I'll do there. But other than that, other feats quite straightforward without really much issues here. So if I look at now the progress on my global feats, again, all nearly there with Grand Victory, almost halfway there with Sion and Nihilus, and as well some decent progress with Old Republic and Sith Empire and Malak and Revan kills. So yeah, overall pretty good progress. So I think I'm on my way to get there anyway, because you know, I'm not really playing this probably at the correct pace as I would have, just because I'm rushing through trying to get these videos out to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, you know, I would be a little bit more efficient in doing these feats as I'm slowly going through the sectors. But anyway, that's all for today. Obviously, I'll be releasing here final boss and mini boss battles in Sector 3 video very soon after this one. Otherwise, I'll see you in Sector 4 video. Thank you for watching. Have fun, enjoy your life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.